Hi there and welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate your time. Now, this flow and practice is a restorative one. Now, this has been requested from some of you viewers and clients. So this one will concentrate on hips and lower back. About 30 minutes approximately. If we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to push out an hour of restorative yoga. So that will be a special treat for you to share with all your friends and family, and even if they're not your friends, share it anyway. Appreciate your help. And so grab your dog, grab your mat, grab anything to make you comfortable, and we're going to start in seated. So take a moment. So prop up through your hips if you want to, okay? I like to prop up through my hips because then your knees drop down gently and you're not sitting in this position here. Don't have to sit cross-legged, just come into a comfortable place for you. Bring your hands gently onto your knees or your thighs. Close your eyes if it feels good and draw the chin in towards the chest. So we're really long through the spine, long and lifted up through the back of the neck to the top of the head. And just allow the breath to flow in and out gently. Take a moment to allow yourself to land, set some intention for your practice, and gently breathe. Just be aware of the things around you, aware of where you know you're holding tension. Send that breath into those areas of tension. Don't give yourself any expectations on what you do or don't do in the following 30 minutes. Take a nice deep breath in for 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top and soften gently out through your collarbones, your shoulders, and allow the breath to release. Breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. So bringing the belly in, the breath in through the belly, inhaling. Longer, stronger breath up towards the chest, the collarbones, and releasing down. Okay, releasing the hands. Blink the eyes open if they're not already, and roll the shoulders back gently. Okay, so just take a gentle look over towards one side, and then the other side. Not forcing, and then chin to chest. And then looking gently up. And then taking one hand down, reaching up. If it doesn't feel good to bring the hand all the way up, just release over, stretching out through the side waist and up and over. And then reaching gently forward and slightly in front of the knee, stretching out and release. And then the other side. Inhale, exhale with the movement. Open through the back of the ribs. Inhale. Now open up both hands, reaching behind you, looking up. And then float the arms forward. Exhaling and folding forward. Now bring the hands onto those knees. Let's push the chest forward, looking up. And then pressing back, almost like a seated cat-cow pose. Pressing out through the shoulder blades, pushing up, forward, lifting up, looking up, and then pressing back. Nice, and then release gently. So you're going to come off of your support. Just roll it back behind you. Take the feet out nice and wide. And then bring those hands behind you. You're going to work into a 90-90 mobilizer for the hips. So as you turn in, you're going to look, the front leg, the shin is parallel, and then the back shin. So you've got a 90-degree behind the back knee and the front knee. Okay? And then up and over to the other side. Now move nice and gently. Don't force this movement at all. Flex your feet, so turn your toes up towards your shins. Look after your knees. Over to the other side. Lots of support behind you. Rotate through so your shoulders are facing the same way as your knees. Over to the other side. Coming in. Good. And coming in. This one, we start to work in through a little bit deeper. So hands either side, one beside your foot, one beside your knee, and sinking down. Now there's no right and wrong place to come to here. You just come up and down. So here we're stretching out through the hip, the lower back. Breathe with it though. So we breathe in, inhale lifting, exhale as we deepen. And releasing up. So you just got 3 drops each side and over to the other side. Over you come. Hands are in, so find that position. You might feel very different one side to the other. Dropping in. And rise. And exhale. And rise. And one more. Dropping in, using the breath as you release. Good. And come gently back into center. Hold behind you and just ease through those. Leaning back gently, stretching in. And then the other side. Sinking back. Push. Open through your hip flexors. Now, if it feels good to do so, from this position, come a little bit lower into those arms. Dropping in. Might feel nice to come down, but if it does, releasing down. Soften. And then the other side. Squeezing down. If it feels too tight to be down here, come on up. Good. And soften in. Okay. We're going to come from here into a straight leg forward fold. So lengthening up, turn the toes in towards the shins, lifting up, and then fold gently forward. Doesn't matter how far you reach to. You might reach your feet, your knees, your shins, and then let go. Maybe spending 3 breaths in each space, okay, in each pose we come in through. If you feel like spending longer there, please do. Rising up gently and releasing. Good. We're going to come into what we call a pigeon, a deer pose to start with. So bring in your right or left leg, doesn't matter which one. We're coming in here. So the front knee bends, foot is flexed, and in that foot, we then attach the other knee and the thigh. So we're holding here. Similar to how we were on our 90, but we're square now. So we're leaning forward, dropping in. So you're going to stretch in through the hips, in through the glutes, letting go. So we're going to mobilize this up and down 3 times. Maybe each time you're coming just a little tiny bit further. And then we're going to pause at the bottom of that posture and take a moment just to drop in. So just check out through yourself where you want to be. Elbows wide, supporting, sink into those hips, the belly draws to the spine, and soften down. And like I said, just spending maybe 3 breaths as we release gently into the pose. And when you're ready, you're going to rise up. You're taking this position, okay, into a swan or a pigeon. So I move my bolster slightly, keep that front foot. So if you're happy in your deer pose and you don't want to straighten the back leg, then stay in deer. But otherwise, squaring up here, this becomes a little more dynamic as a stretch. Stronger, square up the hips and shoulders, pressing that hip down gently into the floor, square up through your chest. And again, 3 breaths down and up. And rise. So think about the moves as you're coming through these moves like a moving meditation. You can close your eyes. In this way, you'll feel the movement more than be visually, what am I doing? Where's my foot? What am I going on? So stop that chit-chat in your head, relaxing in, and then pause down here, coming in, landing, relaxing. So where do you need to send your breath? Lying your hips as low as you can in towards the ground. Lengthening out through the spine as low as you can. And then when you've done those 3 breaths, we just ease up gently. Rolling over in towards the side, okay, where the leg is. Now reaching back, let's take hold of the back leg. So we're going to introduce a quad stretch with this one. So you can stay here, okay, you can stay in this position. You don't have to come any deeper or any further. We're holding on. And it might be nice if you want to, just to lean forward gently onto that arm and leave your shoulder open. That's fine. We stay here. Or if you want to and you think, oh, I could go a little further, we can square, sending this back knee back a little tiny bit more, and then square yourself through to the center. So you rotate the shoulders towards the floor. This just makes it feel stronger. You can hold on through that back leg. Now straighten out through your front arm. Let go. So we've got the same stretch in the front leg, and we're just holding on, finding some length in your back leg. And if this doesn't feel like restorative to you, then just let your leg go and come back into your stretch you were in before. And if you feel like you want to bind up with both hands, this is only an option. You don't have to take it. You can bring the hands around, holding on, and tuck everything in so you feel nice and secure in your bind. And when you're ready, you ease it up. Once again, if you want to stay there longer, please do. Coming in and releasing. Soften those knees in. Good. Just gently rock the knees from side to side. We're going to work into the other side. So you're coming in, take the knee down, holding on, into your deer pose. Hands are in. Flex those feet nice and safe in through the knees. Drop. And lift. You might want to walk the hands further forward. Drop. And lift. And one more. So we do 3 with our breathing and our movement, mobilizing into the move. And then we're holding. So spend 3 breaths down in the depth of your posture. And when you're ready, you're rising up. So from here, option is you stay where you are, or we take the leg behind us, coming in to your pigeon pose. Some people call this a swan. I kind of like the idea of a swan. A little bit more gracious. Sit tall. Pigeons are cool too, though. Holding up. Now coming down and up. So feeling the opening in through the hip, the front hip, and the lower back. In your glutes. Lots of work gone on there, especially if you come through maybe the surfing flow. And when you're ready, take it into the depth of your posture. Let go. Lying nice and long, as much as you can, towards bringing your chest over the front shin. And when you're ready, rising gently up. Coming in, holding onto that back foot. So rather than hold and squeezing your hamstring to try and get that leg up, okay, reach the hand back, help your leg out by just getting hold of the ankle and then finding the pose. So the aim is we get that heel really close into the hips, holding here, and you stay open. This is perfectly fine. Nice long position in the hip flexors and the quad. Or option always to go up or down if you want to. Finding your edge, we release the leg up and back and rotate the body through into that square position. Squeezing in, letting go. So you're nice and long in your body, stretching out. And just remembering the option to sweep the hand back behind you, holding on. Feels nice and secure if you can get there. Deepen through your breath. Every exhale, soften into your poses just a little bit more. And when you're ready, you can release out and sweep gently through. Coming in through those legs. Move them nice and gently, slowly. Just take a gentle twist either side. We're going to work from here into our lying postures. So we're down on the floor. I want you to come into mobilizing bridge posture. So we'll just push into the feet, sweeping the hips up gently, and then lowering them down, allowing the spine to land. So inhale, take that nice slow breath in. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Find your height. Out. 2. Let's go 2 more. Maybe if you feel you want to, as we rise up, come to the balls of the feet. Keep the knees nice and stable, and then roll gently back down. And just one more here, pressing up. And soft and strong. So go as long as you can in your spine. Take those 3 nice nourishing breaths. And your next exhale, let the leg go. And gently let that land. And feel the contrast between tucking that knee nice and tight to then releasing. And the other side, left side comes in. Nice long, strong breaths. And inhaling. And your next breath out, release the leg. Let that land. Check in with yourself, right to left. Now taking both knees in this time, squeeze them in. Oh, nice and squeeze, 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 squeeze. Lifting the head, neck and shoulders up and then roll them back down. Squeeze those knees in. Breathing. So feel the compression in between your knees, your thighs, your torso. And your next breath out. Let it go. And release. Okay, from here, gently bring those knees in. We're going to work from here into a spinal twist. So tuck in the knees up, open the arms, send your knees across to one side. Grumbling. Okay. Now we're going to stay here for a while. From this position, try to open up the back shoulder. If you feel like your shoulder's all up here, you can take your arm back. Or if it feels better, just bring the hand through. Make sure the knees, the feet are on the ground. This is a resting pose. Where you find some length in through the lower back, in through the hip, extending out. So we take a gentle adjustment. The bottom leg straightens away, enabling your top knee to roll further over and towards the ground. Now, if this, you think, oh, yuck, I don't like this at all, then come back to where you were. That's perfectly fine. But if you like it and you feel like, yep, I like that stretch, come into it. Bringing those knees gently in together. Leave those knees up to the center. Land your feet, just rise gently through bridge, just to reset, and then rolling gently down. Knees come up, open the arms, come to the other side. So find yourself a moment where you settle into the posture. What will happen is your body will navigate through the pose and you'll think, not sure, my shoulder's tight, this is tight. So just breathe and let go. Feel heavy and lengthen through your top thigh. Breathe. Remember, you can go where you want to with your arm, overhead if you want to. Now we navigate a little bit more length for the top leg. Stretch your bottom leg away and roll the top knee over. Finding a deeper, more intense stretch in through your lower back, your hip. And once again, if it doesn't feel good, come back into here. One side may feel very different to the other. Just take a moment to inquire through your body what you need, where you need that breath to go to. And when you're ready, bring your knees in and back over to center. And the feet, let's come up through bridge, squeezing in. Okay, from this position, let's come up to our waterfall pose. We just lift the legs in the air, nice and long, lifting up. Now you might feel good just to tick-tock the legs side to side. And if you really like inversions, or what we call inversions, this is technically inversion, so is bridge, where we lift up the legs. If you want to come up a little bit higher, push up to shoulder, okay, or over into plow, you can take that now if you want to. Some people love it, some people do not love it. I'm going to stay in my waterfall. And I want you to reach gently up, reaching up towards the legs, feet, calves or inner thighs, and take your adductor stretch. Now mobilize in through here. We've worked into the hips, lower back, soften and let the legs hang heavy. Okay, just maybe circle, roll the feet, point and flex the toes. Long in through your spine. So you can spend a while here if you want to. You can reach out for those feet, reaching up, up, up. Find the feet or the calves and then roll back in. Check out that you're similar one side to the other. Holding and releasing. And then we bend the knees and we're going to finish here with our happy baby pose. So happy baby pose is a beautiful posture, a deep, strong knee and hip bend. Nice and lengthening for your lower back. So if you feel like your happy baby pose is all up here, okay, rest the tailbone down, lengthen out. You maybe can mess around with going longer in one side, release, longer in the other side, release. You might even want to rock your happy baby side to side, releasing, sweeping, letting go through the spine. And we take the soles of the feet gently in together and releasing yourself down, finding your Supta Bandha Konasana or our reclined butterfly. So sit level through your hips. And take the feet away from you, float the arms overhead. Soften through your shoulders and let yourself just be supported by the ground. Softly, gently release the arms and gently release the legs. Finding your Savasana, your corpse's pose where you don't move at all here. Heels lie nice and evenly. Roll your toes out to the side and find some balanced softness through your body. Placing one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Connect back in with your breath. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. So just take a moment to check in with yourself, your body. Spend some additional time here in Savasana. Treat yourself to a gentle scan through your body, left, right. Connect in with your breath. Just stay gently where you are. I'm going to bring myself up. You don't have to. So find some time to just gently stay with your body, your breath, lying on the ground, on your mat, feeling supported. And when you're ready to come up, please do. If you want to stay where you are, then please do. I'd like to thank you for your time, and I'd like to thank you for allowing me to guide your practice. Om Namaste.